You know what keeps most riders off the road? Stalling at a red light, the biker wave, getting caught in a little rain. Meanwhile, the stuff that actually gets you hurt, you are ignoring it completely. Here's what nobody tells you. Your anxiety is pointed in the wrong direction. You are obsessing over ego hits and social awkwardness, while the real killers, traffic patterns, physics, and financial traps are setting up right in front of you. Strategy beats anxiety every single time. So let's fix this. I am breaking down the 12 fears riders waste energy on, starting with the ones that actually matter, and ending with the pure nonsense that is keeping you paralyzed in your driveway. Fear number 1, traffic and other drivers. Let's start with the big one. The "it's not you, it's them" excuse your mom loves to throw at you. And look, she's partially right. Other drivers are the biggest threat you face on a motorcycle. But here's where everyone gets it wrong. They treat it like random chance. Like you're just rolling the dice every time you leave the driveway. That's completely useless thinking. The real danger isn't traffic itself. It's specific, predictable patterns. The left turner at intersections who's looking through you, not at you. The lane changer who checks their mirror for half a second and sees nothing because you're in their blind spot. The tailgater boxing you in when you need an escape route. These aren't random. They happen the same way, in the same situations, over and over. Here's what actually works. Position yourself in the lane where you're visible. Cover your brake before intersections. Read driver body language, watching their wheels, not their turn signals, because wheels don't lie. Create escape routes before you need them. Assume that guy is going to do the stupid thing, so when he does it, you're already 3 moves ahead. You're not a passenger hoping for the best. You're running active defense. That's the difference between fear and strategy. But at least traffic you can predict. Physics doesn't care about your feelings. Fear number 2, wet roads and rain. The panic sets in the second you see rain in the forecast. You think modern tires lose all grip. You think painted lines become ice rinks. You think one wrong move and you are sliding into a guardrail. Reality check, your tires have more grip in the wet than you will ever use on the street. Modern sport touring tires maintain about 80% of their dry grip in wet conditions. Do you know how much lean angle you use on public roads? Maybe 40% on a spirited ride. The math is not even close. You have grip to spare. The real danger is not traction, it is visibility, yours and theirs, and cold hands making you stiff on the bars. That is what gets riders in trouble. They cannot see clearly through a rain-soaked visor. Drivers cannot see them through sheets of water on windshields. Their hands are freezing, so they are death-gripping the bars and making jerky inputs. Here is what actually happens in a wet weather crash. Target fixation on the slippery-looking spot makes you tense up, grabbing a handful of front brake on painted lines or manhole covers, fighting the bike instead of being smooth with it. The bike can handle wet roads. The question is whether you can handle staying relaxed and smooth. Pretend your grandma is on the back holding a pot of chili. If you can keep that chili from spilling, you are fine. Rain is predictable. Physics, you can see it, feel it, and adjust for it. Wind is invisible chaos, trying to push you into the next lane. Fear number 3, wind and buffeting. The first time you hit highway speeds and catch a crosswind, your brain screams danger. You feel the bike move beneath you, your helmet buffets. A semi passes and the air pressure tries to shove you sideways. You feel certain you are about to be blown off the road like a plastic bag. This is pure sensory overload. In a car, you are in a bubble. You could drive through a hurricane and barely notice. On a bike, you are in the environment. You feel every gust. Here is what new riders do wrong. They tense up. Death grip on the bars, locked shoulders, stiff arms. And that makes everything worse, because now you are fighting the bike instead of letting it do its job. Your bike is a 500-pound gyroscope. Those spinning wheels want to stay upright. The bike wants to go straight. It is literally fighting for you. When wind hits you and you are relaxed, the bike absorbs it. When you are tense, you transfer that energy directly into the handlebars and steer yourself into a wobble. The physics are simple. A crosswind might generate 20 or 30 pounds of force. Your bike weighs 500 plus pounds. You are not getting blown over. You might move a few inches within your lane. So what? You have an entire lane. Let it move. Correct gently. The fix is counterintuitive, but it works. Relax your arms. Flap your elbows like a chicken if you have to. If you can flap your elbows, your arms are relaxed. Let the bike move beneath you. Trust the gyroscope. Wind feels scary because you are feeling movement you cannot control in a car. But you are not in a car anymore. You are on a machine designed to handle this. Stop fighting it. Now here is where things get expensive. Physics will not bankrupt you, but this next category absolutely will. Fear number 4, maintenance costs and dealerships. You are sitting there looking at an $800 service quote from the dealership. Valve check, safety inspection, recommended services, your stomach drops. You start thinking, I cannot afford to own this thing. Here is what dealerships will not tell you. They have convinced an entire generation of riders that motorcycles require NASA-level engineering expertise to maintain. They want you scared. Scared riders pay whatever number appears on the invoice. Reality check. Modern Japanese bikes go 15,000 to 30,000 miles between valve checks. Most of them do not even need adjustment when you check them. The maintenance you actually need? Chain lube every 500 miles. Oil change every 3,000 to 6,000 miles, depending on your bike. Tire pressure check weekly. That is it. That is the list. The $200 safety inspection dealerships push is a visual check you can do in your driveway in 10 minutes. They are looking at brake pads, chain tension, tire tread, fluid levels. You do not need a lift. You do not need special tools. You need eyes. What you actually need to own is a $40 oil change kit, a $15 can of chain lube, and a tire pressure gauge. Maybe $100 in basic tools if you want to get fancy. Compare that to the $500 plus dealerships charge for basic service. Maintenance costs are overblown by people making money off your anxiety, but legal trouble is very real. Fear number 5, getting fined for illegal mods. The paranoia runs deep. You put on an aftermarket exhaust. You delete your fender. You tint your visor. Now you are convinced every cop is hunting you. Impound, massive fines, court dates. Your bike gets crushed into a cube. Let us separate reality from fantasy. When it is actually a problem, it looks like loud pipes in residential areas at 2 a.m. No visible license plate, racing on public roads, doing 100 miles per hour wheelies past a school. That is when cops care. That is when you deserve the ticket. When it is complete nonsense, it is thinking police are running sting operations to catch sport bikes with slip-on exhausts. They are not. They have actual crimes to deal with. Most states have exhaust noise laws on the books. Know what they do not have: enforcement. Unless you are being an absolute idiot, straight pipes with no baffles, revving at stoplights, making enemies of everyone in a 3-block radius. Cops have better things to do. The actual law in most places is that exhausts cannot exceed a certain decibel level, usually measured at a specific engine speed and distance. Know who is getting pulled over for that? Almost nobody. Because cops do not carry sound meters. They pull over the person acting like a jackass, not the person with a tasteful aftermarket exhaust can. What actually gets you pulled over is riding like a squid, aggressive lane splitting, wheelies in traffic, excessive speed. The mods are just extra charges they pile on after you have already earned the stop. Smart approach, keep it reasonable. Do not be the person making enemies everywhere you go. If your exhaust is loud enough that people 3 blocks away know exactly when you leave for work, you have crossed the line. Otherwise, you are fine. Legal risk is manageable with basic common sense. But mechanical failure, that is the fear that keeps people from buying bikes in the first place. Fear number 6, mechanical failure. The movie scenario plays in your head. You are stranded in the desert. The engine explodes. Smoke everywhere. Vultures start circling. You are walking 50 miles to the nearest town with your helmet under your arm. Welcome to modern reality. That does not happen anymore. This is not 1970. You are not riding a vintage British twin that leaks oil by design and vibrates its own bolts loose every Tuesday. Modern motorcycles, especially anything Japanese or modern European from the last 20 years, are appliances. Fuel injection just works. Liquid cooling prevents overheating. Modern metallurgy means engines last 100,000 plus miles. The catastrophic failure rate on a well-maintained modern bike is essentially zero. What actually breaks is stuff you can prevent with basic maintenance. A chain that was not lubed. Tires that were not checked. Brake pads that wore down to nothing because you ignored the squealing for 6 months. These things give you warning. They do not just explode without notice. The real risk is not random mechanical failure. It is neglect. If you do basic maintenance, and we are talking chain lube, oil changes, tire pressure, your bike will outlast your interest in riding it. Modern bikes want to run. They are designed by engineers who understand reliability matters. They are tested to destruction in labs. They are built to survive years of abuse from riders who do not know what they are doing. Stop worrying about the engine grenading itself. It will not. It loves you. It wants to take you places. Now we are done with the dangerous stuff and the expensive stuff. Time to enter pure ego territory, where the only thing at risk is your pride. Fear number 7, dropping the bike. Everyone drops their bike. Eventually, picture this. You are pulling into a Starbucks parking lot. There is a crowd on the patio. You turn the handlebars, your foot hits a patch of gravel and timber. Down it goes in slow motion. The entire patio goes silent. Then someone does the Nelson laugh from The Simpsons. Here is the truth that will set you free. Everyone drops their bike. If someone tells you they have never dropped a bike, they are either lying or they have been riding for exactly 10 minutes. It happens. Gravel in parking lots, wet leaves. Your foot lands in a pothole you did not see. The funniest one is forgetting to put the kickstand down. That is the one that gets veteran riders. They are so confident they forget the basics, and gravity reminds them who is boss. New riders treat a drop like a catastrophic failure, like the bike is ruined, like their riding career is over, like everyone will remember this moment forever and tell their grandchildren about the idiot who tipped over at Starbucks. Stop it. Nobody cares as much as you think they do. And the people who do care have dropped their own bikes, and they are just relieved it was not them this time. Here is the damage reality. A $100 set of frame sliders prevents 90% of cosmetic damage. The bike is designed to survive minor falls. That is why fairings are plastic. They are replaceable. That is why bars have ends that take the impact. Engineers know this happens. The fix is simple. Learn proper pickup technique. Use your legs and butt, not your back. Get crash protection installed. And when it happens, not if but when, own the comedy. Take a bow, laugh it off. If you act like it is funny, it becomes funny. If you act devastated, everyone feels awkward. Scratches are battle scars, not failures. Your bike is a tool meant to be used, not a museum piece meant to stay perfect. Ride it, drop it, pick it up. Keep going. But dropping your bike is at least a physical event. This next fear is pure social warfare based on absolutely nothing. Fear number 8, being judged for your beginner bike. The insecurity eats at you. You are on a 300cc, or a 500, or a standard bike that does not look cool. You pull up to a gas station, and there is a person on a 1-liter bike giving you the look. You can feel the judgment radiating off them like heat from asphalt. Here is who actually judges you for riding a smaller bike. Insecure riders projecting their own regrets and debt onto you. Here is who does not care. Anyone actually riding and having fun. The math nobody wants to mention: a smaller bike means lower insurance, cheaper maintenance, better fuel economy, and far more skill development. You are learning throttle control, body positioning, and line selection on a bike that forgives mistakes. The person on the 1-liter bike is learning how to make payments they cannot afford, while their skills stay stuck at beginner level because they are terrified of the power. They are focused on payments, not progress. The best riders in the world started on small bikes. They still respect small bikes. They know a 300cc ridden well is faster on twisty roads than a 1-liter bike ridden scared. The people judging you in parking lots are cosplayers. They bought the costume, the bike, the gear, the image, but they are not actually riding. They are making $600 monthly payments to feel like Valentino Rossi while riding only 3,000 miles a year, mostly to go to bike nights. Ride what works for you. Ride what you can afford. Ride what makes you want to go out every day. Ignore the parking lot critics. They are miserable and broke. But that wrong bike judgment stings when it comes from strangers. Public stalling? That feels like death by 1,000 witnesses. Fear number 9, stalling in public. You're at the front of the line at a red light. Behind you is a soccer mom in a Suburban. Behind her is a delivery truck. Behind him is the entire population of New York City, or at least that is how it feels. The light turns green. You panic. You dump the clutch. The bike lurches forward, coughs, and dies. Complete silence. Then the horns start. Your heart is pounding. You're sweating through your helmet liner. You're paddling your feet like a duck trying to take flight. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Marquez stalls. Rossi stalls. That Harley guy 3 blocks back who looks like he eats nails for breakfast. He stalled twice already today. Stalling is not failure. It is physics. You let the clutch out too fast. The engine said no thanks. That is it. The soccer mom behind you, she has not even looked up from her phone. She does not know you stalled. She thinks you are just pausing. The delivery truck driver, he is thinking about lunch. Nobody is judging you except you. The fix takes 1 second. Clutch in, hit the starter, go. That is it. It is faster than reading this sentence. This is pure social anxiety wrapped in leather. Nobody actually cares. And if they honk, let them honk. They are stuck in a cage. You are on a motorcycle. You have already won. Next up, the pure nonsense fears. Fear number 10, the biker wave. The anxiety spiral starts before you even see the other rider. Do I wave first? What if they do not wave back? Is it high or low? 2 fingers or a full hand? Do scooters count? Is there a secret manual I missed? You see another bike approaching. Your heart rate spikes. You start the internal debate. They are on a Harley. I am on a sport bike. Do we wave across tribal lines? What if I wave and they leave me hanging? What if this becomes a whole thing? Let me simplify this. Nobody is judging your wave technique. The biker wave is simple. Left hand down low, 2 fingers out, peace sign to the asphalt, done. You look cool. That is the entire protocol. Sometimes people do not wave back. Why? Maybe they did not see you. Maybe they are shifting gears. Maybe they are clutching the bars because a bee just flew into their helmet and is currently stinging their left eyelid. Maybe they are mid-turn and keeping their hands where they belong, on the controls. It is not personal. It is not a declaration of tribal warfare. It is not a scene from Mean Girls. You can sit with us. If you are mid-turn, do not wave. Keep your hands on the bars. If you are braking, do not wave. Control the bike. Safety beats politeness every single time. If you wave and they do not wave back, who cares? You are having fun. They are apparently miserable. That is a them problem. Shake it off like Taylor Swift and keep riding. This is social anxiety on 2 wheels. Delete it from your brain. Wave anxiety is pure theater, but gas anxiety? That one has math behind it, and the math says you are being ridiculous. Fear number 11, running out of gas. The panic sets in when you look at your tank. It only holds 3 gallons. Your car holds 15. You imagine you will run out every 10 minutes, stranded in a Mad Max scenario, fighting for gasoline. Here is the math that destroys this fear. Even a thirsty sport bike gets 120 to 150 miles per tank. Touring bikes get 200 to 300 miles. 150 miles on a motorcycle is 2 to 3 hours of riding. After 2 to 3 hours, your bladder is screaming. Your legs are cramping. You want snacks. You want to stretch. The bike has more endurance than you do. You will want a bathroom break before the bike needs gas. Modern bikes have fuel gauges. If they do not, they have low fuel lights. If they do not have that, they have reserve petcocks. You have multiple warnings. The bike is trying to help you. Unless you are crossing the Sahara, there is a gas station within 20 miles. Guaranteed. This is America. We have more gas stations than we have common sense. The tool that kills this fear is the trip meter. Reset it every time you fill up. Learn your range. My bike goes 140 miles before the light comes on. I know this because I pay attention. Now I never worry. Stop treating your tank like a ticking time bomb. Gas fear at least involves numbers. This last fear completely misses the entire point of riding. Fear number 12, getting lost. The over-preparation can feel embarrassing. Phone mount, GPS, backup paper map, route memorized, panic if you miss a turn, anxiety if you go off the planned route. Here is the reframe that changes everything. Wrong turns are bonus miles. In a car, getting lost is annoying. You are late for work, you are stuck in traffic, it sucks. On a bike, getting lost is the point. Not all who wander are lost. Some of the best roads I've ever found were because I missed an exit. Some of the best food I've ever eaten was at random places I stumbled into because my GPS died. The best views were the ones I found by accident. Turn off the GPS sometimes. Embrace the detour. You are not delivering pizza. You are riding a motorcycle. The destination is irrelevant. The ride is the goal. If you have a full tank of gas and a credit card, you are never truly lost. You will eventually hit a highway or an ocean. The world is not that big. Stop being a slave to the blue line on Google Maps. The best adventures happen off the planned route. Let yourself wander. The pattern is clear. Dangerous fears need strategy, traffic positioning, wet riding technique, and wind management. Ego fears need perspective. Everyone stalls. Everyone drops their bike. Nonsense fears need deletion. The biker wave does not matter, and getting lost is part of the ride. Stop treating riding like an anxiety attack on 2 wheels. A bad day on a motorcycle beats a good day in a cubicle. Which of these fears did you have when you started? Have you ever dropped your bike in front of a crowd? Drop a comment. Hit subscribe for more reality checks that keep you alive and riding.